Okay, all right, for the table. So this is what we did yesterday, but I'm going to start from beginning. I'm going to write the complete code from beginning, right? So generate my boilerplate code, right? So as I said, for the table tag, what we first of all have to do is, for the table, first of all have to create our table tag, right? First of all have to do what? Create our table tag, right? We create this is the table tag, right? After we're done creating it, the table has two elements. We have the table head and then we have the table body, right? The head is where all the information that you need to fill out are located, right? So to create your table head is just head head. You open it, then you close it, then you list out what elements you want to be listed in your table head using a tag called th, right? So you open th and then you close it. So you want to get what? The name, right? The name of the user and also the age. You see, right? Let's refresh. All right, so name and age, right? So now these are the two things we want to be getting, right? You can add more. You can add name, age, and phone number, right? But for this one, we're just going to be using name and age, right? So that's for the T head. Then we move on to the T body. The T body is the information that the user has already filled out, right? The information that the user has filled out is the T body. So T body, right? This is the T body, right? So in your T body, you will have rows, right? Because this will be a row that will contain the user's name, a row that will contain the user's age, right? So you have something, the TR, that is the table, the tag name called the TR, right? So in your TR, you have data that you input. First data should contain the name, second data should contain the age. So that's also in a tag called TD, right? So TD name, let's say James, right? Then his age, which is another TD, right? His age will be 30, right? So after creating user one, we will now go to create another one for another user in another new row inside our T body, not outside, and also not inside this table row. We go outside it. So to go outside is just below the closing tag TR, right? Then you follow the same process, TD, right? Let's say Samuel, right? Then his age is in another TD, let's say 20, right? So you see the information of that those users have been displayed. Each one of them is in a row. Is your table head, which contains the information that needs to be imputed, which is the name and age, right? So now we want to put those lines that we see in a table. They say draw a table, you know you have to put those lines, right? So to put those lines, you come to your table tag, right? Is an attribute that I'm going to write. The attribute name is border, and then the value depends on how thick you want the border to be, right? So you go to your table, the opening tag of your table, then you write border equals to 2. You see, now you can see the border is being applied, right? So that is it for table. You have the table head, then you have the table body, right? In your table head, we have the th, and then your table body, you have rows which contains different data depending on what you have. So if you have 2 table head, you should have 2 table data, right? But 2 table head does not mean you should have 2 table rows. You can have at least 3 table rows, or you can have infinite amounts of table rows. But your table data should correspond with your table head here, the elements in your table head. If you see, we have 1 and 2, table data 1 and 2, table data 2, 1 and 2, right? So basically that's it.